Hey, with the Grey Cup coming to the Hammer in November, we should get some tickets.
I've got mine already, and so do most of the guys on the crew. We're going to be there all season. And the way the Cats are building, they look like a lock to be in the game.
Great. How'd you get your tickets?
Only season ticket holders have access to Grey Cup tickets.
Awesome. I'll register now. How do I get season seats?
Call a ticket rep at 905-547-CATS or go to tiecats.ca/GreyCup110. That's tiecats.ca/GreyCup110. It's going to be the biggest party the city's ever put on, and there's no way we're going to miss it.
This is a special presentation of the Ticats Audio Network. Courtney Stevens sits down with Casey Sayles.
Casey, welcome, man.
I appreciate it. It's great being here.
It's nice to have you, man. 2 years in the league, you got like 11 sacks. For somebody who plays inside, usually getting double teamed, that's a pretty big number. So tell me a little bit about how your first 2 years in the league have been.
It was great. I've always known about the CFL, and going in here after about 5 years of playing, I was ready to head up north, and knew a lot about it. Actually, one of the first games I was watching and kind of rooting for was actually Hamilton, and in that 19 Grey Cup when they were playing Winnipeg, and knew a buddy on the team from college, and that's kind of where it started, where I first started really watching the CFL, and it's good athletes up here and good play, and didn't think twice about it when had a team reach out and have my rights, and it's been great being up here, and been phenomenal the last 2 years being in Winnipeg, and I'm glad to be here now for sure.
Yeah, so you said that Hamilton was kind of your first impression of the CFL, and then actually getting into the league and having a chance to play against them, play in this city. What was your impression of this team in terms of their personality, or what did you think when you heard Hamilton Tiger Cats?
I believe the first time we played was actually in that 2021 Grey Cup. We actually played the first game of the season against them. So that was my first impression. I mean, that was a shootout there in Winnipeg when we played you guys, and then played them again in the Grey Cup. And that was being here and seeing all the fans here. I mean, it was crazy. So seeing that side of things here for the first time in that Grey Cup was crazy. So I knew every part of a good organization. Seeing that side of it, on the outside of it, can only see the outside, and then seeing the inside now of everything, and learning some more of the players and the coaches now that I'm being here. It's it's phenomenal. Yeah,
and speaking of the players, there's a lot of great players who will be playing next to you, from guys like Dylan Wynn, Ted, JG, even the younger guys like Malik Carney and Kwaku Boateng and Mason Bennett. There's a lot of great guys on that D-line. Talk to me about that room, and what's it like to be. What makes a great D-line? What makes a great D-line room?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just kind of clicking together. My biggest thing throughout football the last 7 years since I've been out or so has been just communication. I think if we're all on the same kind of wavelength and like I said, all kind of click together, that's the biggest thing. I saw those guys as soon as I got to the CFL. I'm a big film watcher, so I see all those guys kind of just rolling together, and I see that click that's there when they're playing. So, I've been watching them the last 2 years, and it's easily one of the best D lines that I've seen, since I've been in the CFL. Obviously, that was our biggest thing in Winnipeg, was we all clicked together. We all were on the same wavelength that I said, and so I saw that on film when I was watching this D line the last 2 years on film. So that was one of the biggest things that why I signed, is just the nature, just the competitiveness, and like I said, just the click that I see on film. So I could only imagine being in the room and then kind of getting together, after a few weeks and then throughout the year or so.
Yeah, you talked about chemistry a little bit, or even culture. I know O'Shea's a big culture guy over there in Winnipeg, and it's almost like we got the other side of the coin in Coach O. These guys, they were tag team partners when they played, and now they're developing a bit of a rivalry as coaches. What have your conversations with Coach O been like so far?
They've been great. He was pumped that I ended up signing here, and I'm glad to be here. And he's pretty similar personality-wise to Osh, and at the end of the day, they want to win. You can feel that feeling from him when you talk to him, and so every conversation that I've had with him has been phenomenal. And like I said, those two coaches are pretty similar, and I know they've played together, and I had the conversation with them kind of once we agreed, and it's pretty similar guys. They, at the end of the day, they want to win. They'll do anything to get that win and that Grey Cup at the end of the year.
So, for those who haven't had the privilege or the pleasure to watch your film, talk to me a little bit about what you bring in. And you know, you get 11 sacks. You tend to think somebody has like a special move. Are you a spin guy? Are you a bull rush guy? Are you a, you know, how do you defeat blocks? What's your favorite way to get to a quarterback?
Well, first of all, you know, got to beat the run. That's the biggest thing. If you can't beat the run, you're not going to be able to pass rush the quarterback. So, biggest thing is for me is you know, stopping that run on that first down and then getting to the second down and, you know, kind of getting after the quarterback. But you know, my biggest thing is just having a motor at the end of the day. You know, there's a few plays where you just kind of got to run 10, 15 yards to even be close to it, and you never know that, you know, that running back or wide receiver might spin back, and you know, there's your big hit of the year. You know, so that's the number one thing that I try and focus on is cardio and you know, my motor. You know, those tackles that, you know, are towards the end of the year that, you know, people are you know, that could be, you know, playoff or Grey Cup winning tackles. That's my biggest thing is, you know, just the motor. So you get them, you stop the first down, and then after that you can kind of have fun on second down and getting after the quarterback.
What drives Casey? What gets you up in the morning every day and lets you have this? You sound like a pro. You obviously perform like a pro. You say you're a film guy. You're talking about the one tackle that you might have to run 15 yards for might be the tackle that wins a game. It's a different kind of mindset. Mm-hmm. What is the kind of thing that's driving you inside to allow you to look at the game like that?
Man, it's I don't know. I think I've always had that motivation just to be great, man. I think that's my biggest thing throughout, you know, college and you know, being the pros now. If you're not always on your game and just having that motivation, you know, sometimes it's hard to find the motivation. You're, you know, getting ready for a game and, you know, it's maybe just not clicking like it, you know, sometimes is. You got to find that motivation deep down, and you kind of got to figure out your why, right? And so that's the biggest thing. You always got to be motivated. There's always got to be a chip on your shoulder of, you know, regardless of what it is, if it's good or it's bad, you just got to find that chip. And you know, I think I've had the same motivation in my head that I've had since, you know, the beginning of college, and, you know, even in high school, I've always had that motivation of, you know, just a certain reason. It doesn't always have to be the same reason, but I've always had that that motivation, that drive, just to be great. So what can you tell Tiger Town? Look into this camera right here over my shoulder and tell the fans something that they can look forward to this year. Well, the big thing is I want to get back to that Grey Cup, man. So and I know it's here, and that was my first Grey Cup. Was here and was winning that here, and you know, I want to be back here and in front of that black and gold, and you know, get that for the city, because I know how much it means for them.
Awesome. Thank you, man.
Man, appreciate you.
This has been a special presentation of the Ticats Audio Network. If you like what you're hearing, please rate and review wherever you find our content.